Dodgy deepfakes created using readily available AI-powered tools have spread like wildfire.
Should we allow AI machines to flood the internet with propaganda and fake news? Should we develop non-human minds smarter than our own?
It's really just this alarming wake-up call about the potential for abuse of these deepfake technologies.
This morning, a looming strike could bring Hollywood to a halt as thousands of writers across the country prepare to hit the picket line for the first time in 15 years.
Strikes, taking jobs, and losing security in your career are all things that the news has been adamant on getting the public to know. And what is this boogeyman that's been causing all of this? AI, and the programs running it. So I'm going to go to Manchester to uncover the truth. So we're down here in the Northern Quarter trying to get some interviews from the public to try and find out which kind of industry they believe is more affected by the use of AI. Excuse me, do you want to just answer a couple of questions now? Sorry for your time. Just a quick question. Do you mind answering just a couple of questions about like kind of AI?
AI?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, just wondering, what's your kind of stance on the use of AI currently?
Use of AI. I was speaking to my girlfriend, to be fair, about half an hour ago. She was going to go straight to AI, but I was like, think about ideas yourself, because we're just going to get reliant on AI, we're going to become lazy. It's like predictive text. Sometimes I struggle to spell, I just rely on my phone, don't really, do you know what I mean? So I feel like we could rely too much on AI, and then I think possibly in the future AI could take over. A lot of people lose jobs.
What kind of industry do you think is the most affected by?
Anything online, where even creatives are going to struggle, even people in my field where, say, editing video, but I think anything to do with computers or creating maybe algorithms or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time, mate.
No worries.
All right, cheers. So from the one interview that we did get, we kind of figured out that the creative industries are kind of the most under threat. And what's more creative than Media City? So it's a bit wet and windy to be interviewing people out in the street, so we're going to go find a plan B. I'm just wondering if I could book an interview. Okay. I was wondering if I could book an interview. Hello? Yeah, I was wondering if we can come to your event and just kind of interview some people. Yeah? Okay, right, thank you, mate. Perfect. After calling some small studios in Manchester, people at Seal Films were up for an interview.
I'm Maureen, I'm a video editor at Seal Films.
How do you believe kind of AI is currently impacting the film industry?
I do think that AI is only capable of creating content up to a certain extent, but you still need that humanity behind it and that creative vision, which obviously AI hasn't really mastered that yet, and I think the time to worry about that is when, you know, artificial intelligence starts to become more cognitive and starts to develop a bit more of a conscious mindset, you know, and is able to convey feelings and stuff like that.
Have you seen any kind of like the newer kind of AI footage that's been coming about?
I personally haven't, but we have, as obviously a company, been looking at how things are progressing in that way, because, as you can imagine, it does pose a threat. Maybe filmmaking and, you know, creative courses are sort of progressing where there's just not going to be that wow factor to the roles anymore. So I think that's, for me, where it poses a certain threat, because it's like everything that you've trained for and, you know, gone to university for to try and study, it kind of seems a bit meaningless, but I guess it depends what sort of definition you apply to it. So
my name's Georgia and I'm a production coordinator here at Seal Films.
So with the recent writer strikes, do you feel like you are like kind of going to be in a position in the future where you yourself have to strike for like your own position in the film industry?
I'd like to think not, because I think there's only so much that AI can achieve when it comes to creating the story behind a film or a TV show. If it did come to the point where AI was just writing scripts and you know, that was an obsolete job for people, I think that would be maybe the end of the film industry for people, just people really. If you can get AI to do the creative and the technical, then there's just going to be no jobs left. So I'd like to think that it won't come to that.
We also managed to get into a networking event in order to talk to some industry professionals. We found someone who was up for an interview, however the building wouldn't let us use the video.
False. We can't film.
Yeah. It's moving.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Wow.
So he invited us to his studio.
My name is Paul McHugh. I am the Director of Virtual Production here at Recode XR Studios, based at Space Studios in Manchester.
Sick. So, do you think like the progression of AI and how like fast it's progressing is like scary towards the film industry?
I think it is, yeah. I mean, genuinely, I think that people's jobs could be at stake. From a company's point of view, you can imagine where they can look at something and go, well, we don't have to pay that many people to do that kind of work.
Yeah.
And make more profit, make a job more profitable. The other way to look at it is, you know, if you've got a budget, you just got to get more for the money, because artists will be using those AI tools. I mean, we use them ourselves more for the concept stage.
Yeah.
Just to get some ideas out there. When I watch animation, right, the thing that kind of, it's not the big, like, fancy action sequences that do it for me. It's when you see, like, the subtleties of the animation, the characters, like, the Pixar thing. I remember the sequence where the little guy meets his future wife, and they're in this, and just the look on his face and the emotion that's going through. And it's not big, massive, dramatic moves, but it's just amazing. The more emotional kind of things of anything like that, I think that means a human touch.
So it's obviously you go for like a game design, CG kind of effects. So do you think you're going to be kind of in a position kind of like in future with Wonder Dynamics, for example, they have an AI that can kind of do CG in about 15 minutes, like completely replace a character. Do you think you're going to be in a position where you might need to like strike for your job?
I get the impression like that there's a lot of people who haven't got a clue what's going to go on and what's going on. I mean, no one's got a crystal ball, so nobody knows. But I think that you would be stupid not to pay attention to it and use it where you can, and be. But there's a lot of hype around it. Obviously, like there was around NFTs, like for like 2 years. You know what I mean? And everyone. I think that there's a reason to be not afraid of it, but there's a reason to be cautious about and trying to adopt it. You know what I mean? I think if you don't kind of use it for what it's good for, and at the end of the day, even if a budget's still there and you're going to get more for that budget, but still everyone's going to have a job, then that's a good thing. It just makes it easy. It's a subjective kind of subject anyway. I mean, whether you're making a film, whether you're doing animation, whatever you're doing, it's totally subjective. I mean, there's no everyone's got to have a view on it. But I think, I don't think AI, will wipe out the industry. I hope it won't wipe out the industry, because you've still got, you got to know how to use a camera, or you want to, and it's like, what might happen possibly is that you get like, a kind of YouTube content, like just change with AI. But then, I don't know, like what you think, but when I look at images now, there's already been so much AI that you look at it and start to question it, and then it becomes uninteresting.
Yeah.
So the real interest, the guaranteed interest, will be known that there's been a human involvement in it.
Yeah.
I do think that's important.
So thank you very much for letting us come in.
No, pleasure.
For the best out.
Yeah, no, pleasure.
Cool, thanks.
After spending some time with industry professionals, it seems they all had kind of the same answer.
I do think that AI is only capable of creating content up to a certain extent, but you still need that humanity behind it.
Whether it's like, whether it's a painting, like an oil paint, or an actor, or whatever, you value it because of the human element. It means nothing if it's at the push of a button.
Is AI a tool we're going to have to live with? Or is it a threat to more than just our jobs?